Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is my first video ever, and thought I'd start it off with a new deck I got in the post. It's the second edition of the Sakki Sakki Tarot, and I thought I'd do a comparison between the first edition and second edition and what difference are in the both of the guidebooks. And also thought it'd be fun to show you the other edition she made where it was printed wrong and it's got loads of cool effects on it from the errors from the printing, but she thought she'd put it out as a deck anyway. And I thought that'd be a cool way to start my channel. I'll do other things as well, like pick a card readings, other book, like spiritual reviews on books and stuff. But mainly tarot. I love tarot, it's so amazing. And I've been a lurker on TarotTube for a while, and I thought, why not start videos myself? So here we are. Let's start off with the guidebooks. I had a look through these. There's not much difference in here, apart from the contents is laid out a little bit differently. Like in that this is the first book with the original first edition, and it's got everything in here is pretty much the same, except things are put different layouts where it's got like the intro and the system and how the Kabbalah and the elements and numbers are part of the system of this deck, and all about the cards and their creative process. And like there's games on here and there's spreads that she's done. It's all really interesting where there's a lot of information in here. Astrology. And it's pretty much the same in the new book as well. Got that Say for Justice. They've got the artist's journal about how she describes the cards. And she's got the personal reflections, how it would read in a reading, astrology, associations, and the Kabbalistic associations. And then with the minors, still quite a lot of information, except it's just the artist's interpretation, and then how you talk about it in a reading. There's keywords at the top there. It's really good. Love this book. And then the creative process is in the back, and she's got pictures on how she got the symbolism for the cards. It's a pretty cool book. And then there's some worksheets at the back. Yeah, there's not much difference in this book either, apart from there's some new cards in the new deck. So there's obviously descriptions about the new cards as well, but the font is bigger, so if you had trouble reading the previous book, you might be able to read this one a little bit easier because it's more spaced out, but it's still pretty much the same information in this one, except it's laid out different, where she's put the creative process at the beginning so you can understand how she came up the cards, and then it will go into how she like done the meanings for the cards and all the write up about them. So yeah, I will at the end, after I've compared the cards, I will pull a card from the new deck and I'll read from the book so you can see what's written about each card. So right, in the old decks, it was pretty cool actually. It came with a box that you had to put together yourself because it's all about being an artist and that, and it was quite creative. I did find it quite difficult to put together, to be honest, but I thought it was quite fun. And it came with a little white book as well, and with little information about the cards and the planets and the Kabbalistic things about each card. So that was quite good. And it came with the yellow and blue backs. It's really colourful. Then the other edition I got before the new one came out is this one, where it was printed differently. Also came with a white book. But it was just got those different effects. And I'll get the new one out. You can have a look. This is the box. It's got a QR code at the top where you can get a digital version of the guidebook as well, which I thought that was quite good because a lot of people do tarot on the go and they don't want to carry a book around as well as the deck, so I thought that was pretty fun. And she's renamed it. It used to be Sakki Sakki Tarot, now it's I Am the Artist Tarot. And it says here, incorporates the structure and divination meanings of the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck together with astrology and the Kabbalah and personal symbolism. A unique addition to this deck is the Artist extra card, which puts an individual and collective creative journey centre stage. This is the book. It's a different box. So look at the inside. Pretty art inside. And that's what's inside there. Don't stop until you surprise yourself. It's pretty cool. I haven't even opened this one yet because it's brand new to me. I only got it in the post a few days ago. But also in this, in here I've got chakra colours. I think she explains this on her Instagram on how to use this. I saw a video she talked about you can incorporate chakra colours into the readings. It's quite a fun thing to do. And then it came with this other little booklet. All about the artist there. And digital art collectible. That's about the guidebook you can get online. And then all this information here. I just need to unwrap this book now. Should have prepared earlier. Never mind. Right, so here's this new deck. It's quite significantly bigger than the original. I'll give a comparison here. There you go, see it's quite wider and a little bit taller. Which I don't mind. You can see the art better when it's bigger. Right, I'm just going to do a flip through now so you can look at the card yourself and see if this new deck would be worth your while. This is a comparison of the cards. This is the new deck. This is the first edition and this is the printed edition that went wrong. So they all have the astrologies on the title card. So you can now understand what the symbols are. I'm just going to flick through so you can see what they look like. The backs are a different colour. I think I prefer the original yellow compared to the bluish. It looks a bit more vibrant, goes with the theme a bit more, I think. But still pretty nice. It's got the same design. Not much difference so far in the pictures, apart from the colour saturation, slightly different from the original. As you can see here. This one's a bit more glossier and this is more matte cardstock. Similar thickness in card. Another size comparison for you. There you go. Yeah, a bit more glossy. Still nice though. Really like it. Not been a lot of changes in this deck. I know there's been some art that's been changed over because she didn't like, a lot of people didn't like the headless people in some of the images, which I think she did for a reason. Oh look, this is different. Now called the Mentor, so the Hierophant, and different image there. There are some slight changes. Lovers. Chariot. This one, you can see he's got sunglasses on in this one. So there are some minor changes, but not enough to say if you already got the original deck that you'd have to go out and buy this one if you didn't want to. Strength's got a different face there. Quite like the first edition more so than this one, I think, personally. They're still both nice. Yeah, if you enjoy the original, I don't think you have to rush out and get the next edition, because there's only minor changes. And colour difference here in the Wheel of Fortune and the new and the original. Justice here has got some legs in the new one. I just feel like because the cards are bigger, there's more space on the card to add more to it, so they can expand a little bit on the backgrounds, and like this one changed slightly, but not enough for it. Death. Temperance. Devil. Tower. Star. See, this one's slightly different. Moon. I just love the colours in this deck. It's so pretty. So vibrant. I love the abstract artwork as well. Just totally my style. Love it. The Angel. Sometimes she renames the original titles of tarot, but I don't mind that. The World. Oh, we've got an extra card here. Let me look that up in the guidebook quick, see what it says about that. Oh, this one is the Untitled one. So there's a new card. Create your own change. Authenticity. Okay, so there's that one. That's extra card. Let me get into the rods. Not much different there. Just slight colour differences. This one seems a bit more vibrant in colour. This one's a bit more muted. Still beautiful. Two rods. I haven't got the titles anymore. It's just the number up top and the symbols on the side. I've changed that, I suppose, to see the artwork better. Four rods. Here, see, change the headless people with the heads are drawn on now. So if you was put off by that before and didn't want to grab this deck, the new one will be up your alley. I think she did the headless people before, so you don't get distracted by their facial expressions, and you can interpret the cards how you want them interpreted. I quite like the new edition with the faces though, because I don't know, it just seemed a bit strange that they had no faces. 8 of rods. Yeah, I want to show you this edition of the where it printed wrong. I love the creepy feel it gives. I don't know, I love it. I'm glad she brought it out as a deck because it's so funky. Oh, look, especially this one. And this compared to the old one. Look at that. So creepy. You can see this one, the face is different on the 10 of rods. I quite like the old face more, I don't know why. Maybe it's just I'm used to it because I've played this deck quite a lot. Page of rods. Knight of rods. Queen of rods. Slight different face there. King of rods. Changed face again. It's very new one's a bit more typical of seeing a playing deck card face, I think. Quite like this one as well though. Both nice. Ace of Cups. Oh yeah, I really like this card. Two of Cups, so nice. One of my favourites on the deck. I really like this edition though, where we've got actual heads. Makes it so much nicer, I think. Love it. Three of Cups. Yeah, just love this deck so much. She's got a lot of information on her Instagram, which I'll link down below in the description, about the chakras and how to use them in her new deck. And she's got lots of videos on differences and how to use it, and just really feel really into this deck. It's good to check it out. You can hear her thoughts on what she did, creative choices she chose. I just love it. It's just so beautiful, so creative. I was so happy when this deck came back out because I originally missed the first edition. I ended up buying it on eBay for a silly price, but I was so scared I would never ever get my hands on this deck, so I thought sod it. Then she came out with this edition on her website and I thought I'd grab that too. But then when I heard that she was bringing out another one, second edition, I was so excited because I just love it so much and I'd never thought I'd be able to get my hands on it. Shouldn't have paid the stupid price I paid on eBay, but it is what it is. I'm a tarot collector. I love it. I've got so many decks. Oh, this one's different. Oh, I like this because the pencil's like the artist, isn't it? Pencil's mightier than the sword kind of vibe, you know? It's pretty cool. Two of Swords. Slight colour differences here. Maybe a bit more geometric-y and bloody on that one. Yeah. Get good readings out of this deck. It's just so fun. This one reminds me of Cartoon Network sort of vibe, like Ed, and Eddie sort of imagery there. It's pretty cool though. Seven of Swords. Yeah, it's a great deck. Absolutely stunning. I love this deck so much. Yeah, I'll use one with a headless image here. I do think the new edition with the heads is so much better. I do. I understand why she did it originally though. This one's quite different. The colours. Six coins. 7 of coins, 8 of coins, 9 of coins, and 10. Pages, coins, different outfit there, both good though. And the Queen of Coins, and King of Coins, and we've got the extra cards here. Got the Observer, the Visionary, and the Inner Muse. I love it when they add extra cards in new edition of decks. What I'll do now is I'll shuffle the new deck and see what card comes out, and then I'll read from the guidebook so you get an idea of what it says in there. Right, card for the collective. Card for the collective. Card we have. Oh, the Mentor, the new titled Hierophant. So go to the Mentor. Guide to spiritual path, ritual, tradition, organisation and education. So here we get a description of the card. A person stands wearing a black and burgundy robe. Just a description of what it looks like. And why she chose the choices she did. Like the top of her head is connected directly to a source of divine light. So I like this because you get the artist's interpretation of the imagery and when they drew it, how they drew it. This card incorporates elements from various traditions blended in an unusual way, indicating the use of creativity even in the most solid structures and provide a universal twist to the traditional Hierophant. Rather than being a priest or a rabbi or Zen master, this Hierophant is not connected to any specific religion or traditional ritual. The Mentor brings a combination of wise advice, structure, and staying power to help you carry your purpose through the style of guidance that inspires more than it preaches. So that's her reasoning for changing the title card. And then reflections. Order and structure, the beloved way is quite annoying really, but then again, how else to proceed? I like this because it's the creators and personal reflections on the Mentor card. And here in a reading gives the Mentor is the one who connects the higher world with earth, making spiritual vows available. They're the aspect of our psyche that needs to give meaning to things and understand mysteries. They provide the framework for spiritual practice and ritual. The Mentor calls for a time of following established traditions, study and seeking advice from a psychological counsellor, guide or anyone from whom we're willing to accept as our teacher. And here on this side is astrological associations and Kabbalistic associations. There's a lot of info in this book. I really recommend getting the guidebook, but you can also have it digitally anyway with the new deck, which I think is quite good. So you can just have the digital version if you didn't want to buy the actual book itself. Here you have it. The new edition of the Sakki Sakki Tarot I Am the Artist Tarot. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Really appreciate it if you do. Have a good day guys. Thank you. Goodbye.